Good evening to you. My name is Josh Van Sleckman, and this is your evening newscast for today, Wednesday, June 8, 2022. Thank you for joining us on The Radio with a Difference. Let's get to the news in details. Guyana's oil sector is a guaranteeing cash cow for the companies involved in its production that is unequal anywhere else in the world, with a revenue stream that increases each year as new projects are being brought on stream. This was the sentiments expressed by Hess Corporation's CEO John Hess. He elaborated by pointing out that with each lift, 1 million barrels, and with oil price at over $100 a barrel, there'll be a move from $300 million incremental cash flow to $700 million in the second quarter, $800 million in the third, $800 million in the fourth. The ExxonMobil partner, which holds a 30% stake in the Stabroek block, bragged that's a rate of change just for this year. Part of the success story of Hess, he said, is downward curve in the costs associated with production. And sticking with Hess, John Hess has disclosed that the majority of the oil that has been discovered in Guyana's Stabroek block has been at 15,000 feet, but much deeper at 18,000 feet to be exact. The ExxonMobil-led joint venture is finding more large pools of sweet oil. He noted that at 15,000 feet in the block, geologists refer to this section as the Upper Campanium. In simpler terms, the oil is found in a layer of the earth that spans a time frame from 83.6 to 72.1 million years ago. 2 weeks ago, the African Energy Conference was hosted in Mayfair Hotel in London, England, where delegates were met by boisterous protest demonstrations against the oil companies represented there, along with leaders of at least 12 African nations. The group of primarily Caucasian protesters against the economic and other exploitation of African citizens in the oil-producing regions were calling to 4 primary objectives to be met, namely the cancellation of debts of those countries, for oil companies to pay compensation for damage caused over the years, greater investments in renewable energy, and the departure of those companies from the African shores. During the protest activities, it was pointed out that the conference is being held in that country and not Africa because 60% of the oil and gas producers operated in Africa are from the global north. Additionally, of that 60% of the African oil being produced by northern companies, it was pointed out that the 4 companies control half of these productions. Those are ExxonMobil, Total, Shell, and Eni. Citing the cheaper options currently available for electricity generation, leader of the opposition, Mr. Aubrey Norton, is of the firm belief that the 165 megawatts Amila Falls hydropower project will serve solely as an avenue for the PPP to benefit. Norton explained that the former APNO AFC government had discontinued the project on the grounds that it was not well conceived and could therefore be no use to the people of Guyana. Only last week, Vice President Bharat Jagdeo told members of the press that the Chinese contractor, China Railway First Group, has been unable to secure the finances. According to Norton, however, while the details of the arrangements remains sketchy at the moment, the coalition believes that the entire project remains misconceived, ill-conceived, and complete waste of taxpayers' money. And sticking with the opposition leader Aubrey Norton has informed President Ali that he agrees to the confirmation of Justice Yonit Cummins Edwards and Justice Roxanne George Wilshire as Chancellor and Chief Justice respectively. To this end, Norton told members of the media during his weekly press conference that since the opposition leader has already fulfilled his constitutional responsibility, the president is now charged with making the appointment. The Ministry of Home Affairs on Tuesday signed 9 contracts totaling $706,236,592 for a number of projects as part of its 2022 capital program. The contracts signed are for a new security fence at the Luzignan prison, the construction of command operation centers, a number of fire hydrants, and a new fire station, just to name a few. Minister of Home Affairs Robson Ben encouraged the contractors to deliver timely and quality work. With the scope of work each project entails, contractors were also encouraged to employ young people to equip them with the necessary skills and training. The Guyana Prison Service signed 2 contracts totaling $145 million, one with Singh & Son Construction worth 96.2 for the construction of senior officer living quarters at the Lusignan Prison, and the other with Advanced Engineering for $48.8 million to construct a new security fence at the same facilities. And finally, at this time, days after a teacher at the Desiree Caesar Fox Secondary School in Warmadang, Region 7, highlighted that the food scarcity at the school had led to students being served shine rice for several days, the school on Monday night received food supplies. Minister of Education Priya Manak-Chan explained that the schools in Region 7 fall under the direct management of the Regional Democratic Council of Region 7, which is supervised by Ministers of Local Government and Regional Development Nigel Dharmlal and Anand Prasad. Notably, Minister Dharmlal stated that supplies for the school were not requested and that the situation has since been rectified. The minister blamed the lack of timely communications as the cause for the students being fed shine rice. And with that, we've come to the end of your evening newscast right here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM for today, Wednesday, June 8th. For these stories and much more, pick up a copy of the Kaieteur News for just $100 at the newsstand near you, or head across our website at kaieteurnewsonline.com. I'm Joshua Van Sleckman. Thank you for joining us.